iOS 26.4 is officially here for all to download, and there's actually some really nice updates. There's new emoji, awesome updates to Apple Music, and Apple finally fixed a bug that a lot of people have been complaining about. Here's 20 new things in iOS 26.4 that I think you'll really enjoy. Hey everyone, it's Andrew, and welcome back to the channel. Let's get started. And right away, if we go into podcasts, we already see there's 3 new things. You can now see video podcasts within Apple Podcasts, so you can switch seamlessly between audio and video right within the player. And you can now download videos to watch offline, which is pretty awesome. In Apple Podcasts, if I go into an episode and tap on the player, you'll now see that it immediately starts playing a video. You do have the option right here to turn off video, which if I just tap on that, if I turn that off, it'll go back to the old way of doing the podcast. Now, I do want to show you can download a video, and I did notice if it was audio as opposed to now audio and video, with the video version, it does take a little bit longer to download. Now you can see here, I have some downloaded episodes, but one of the key things with this update is if I go to this show here, the video episode is now able to be watched without being on Wi-Fi or cellular or anything like that. So I can tap on it, and now that video is playing and it was downloaded, which is pretty cool. Now, when you go into Apple Music, one of the first things you'll see is this splash screen that says concerts near you. You can actually find nearby concerts with iOS 26.4. So if I just go to here, find concerts nearby, I'll have to give my location, and I can see based off of people that I follow or artists that I like, I can see dates, and I can even get tickets for the person. But I think that's a really nice feature of someone that you follow. You can just quickly get tickets for the show and not have to go and search for them. Now, another awesome feature is if I go into my library and tap on the playlist option. This right here is Playlist Playground. And whether I just tap on like Weekend Family Getaway, or I type in something like coffee shop vibes, I can just search for it and it will create that playlist based off of that text prompt, which is pretty awesome. It takes a little bit of time because it's using Apple Intelligence, but once it's ready, it'll give me a pretty good amount of songs to have within a playlist. I just go here and select it, and now that playlist lives within my library, which is pretty awesome. So depending on what you're feeling for the day, you can go ahead and create a playlist pretty quickly. Now, one of my favorite aesthetic things that has come with iOS 26.4 is the fact that the album artwork is now full screen. So right here within Apple Music, you have full screen album artwork. It was like this already on the lock screen, but the great thing is now it matches within the app as well. If the album that you're listening to doesn't have it, so let's say like this one right here, it'll just kind of make the rest of the background match the color. So it goes all the way down. It'd be like white here, whereas this is now full color. You can give another example here like that. See how it kind of changes to everything, which is pretty nice. And let's just say I want to add this album to a playlist. Before, I would always just be able to go here and add it to the playlist, right? But now I can add it to multiple playlists at the same time, which is pretty awesome. I can go down here to add it to multiple, and now I would just select which albums I want to add it. It's now in all of those playlists. There's a new ambient music widget. So if you just go into widgets, you can find right here the different ambient widgets that we have. So you have right here, there's a small and a medium one. The small, obviously you can change it to the different ones, but the medium gives the 4 different options of sleep, chill, productivity, and well-being. So if I go to add widget, it'll add that widget onto the home screen, and I think that's a pretty cool new feature. If we go to the lock screen, long press and click the plus icon, there's been a slight redesigned gallery for the iOS wallpapers. So it used to be that they were all available, but now you have to get them. So if I want to add one of these wallpapers, I will just tap on get. It'll take a little bit of time to download, but once it's there, I can add it. And I did notice that some of the wallpapers, like if I want to remove it, it actually has to be removed from my gallery. So that's just something else to keep in mind. And in reminders, there's now a new urgent reminder smart list. So right here, you'll have urgent. And if I, add something like buy coffee, I don't know, I would probably not add it here, but let's just say that. Then that reminder is going to be set. But if I tap on it and add for more details, you can see that the urgent alarm is already set up. The stolen device protection setting is now on by default. There's actually new emojis, so you get trombone, treasure chest, distorted face, hairy creature or Bigfoot, fight cloud, killer whale, ballet dancers, and landslide. There's also 3 new things with accessibility. If I go to display in text and then scroll down to reduce bright effects, this will minimize highlighting and flashing when interacting with on-screen elements such as buttons or the keyboard. The reduce motion setting now reduces the animations of liquid glass for users sensitive to on-screen motion, and it makes it a little bit more reliable. Subtitle and caption settings are available from the captions icon when viewing media, making them easier to find, customize, and preview. So if I go here and click on this, I now have the option to create a style, large text, outline, transparent background, and it just makes it a lot easier now. Instead of having to do it all in accessibility, it can just be done right here. The freeform icon has been updated, and if we go into it, there's actually some changes as well. So it now has the advanced image creation for editing. So now you can access a library of Apple curated images and graphics, and it also talks about the new Creator Studio. So if I go into continue and I go right here to the little pin, I now have the option to generate an image. I can also go here to browse content hub, and it gives me access to a bunch of creator tools. And one of the awesome new updates is Apple fixing the keyboard bug. So for a while, people have been complaining about this issue, but Apple actually seems to have fixed it. There was an issue with when I would be typing, it wouldn't get all of the words, so it would mess up the autocorrect, and messing up autocorrect, it would just mess up the entire flow of texting, whatever you were putting in. So I've been testing this on my iPhone 17e for about 5 days now since the RC came out, and I really have noticed a significant difference. It is a lot better, and I think a lot of people are going to look forward to that update with the keyboard. I won't go there because I don't want to show my personal info, but one of the updates is to purchase sharing. So I don't know if you've ever done this before, but I've linked my account with family members, and because my account is the default account, it would always be purchased under my card. Well, now it lets adult members in the family sharing group use their own payment method when making a purchase. So we can now share movies and content that we've purchased, but it doesn't have to be my card or the other person's card being charged all the time as the default card. Now you can use your own, which is good. The Games app search bar has been redesigned. So before it was kind of its own separate thing, but now it's totally aligned with Liquid Glass and is a unified bar. When you go to edit your home screen, there's a little bit more of a transparent UI here. So we're seeing some more updates and perfection to Liquid Glass. And that's what's new with iOS 26.4. If you see anything else, let us know in the comments below. And if you like this kind of video, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe. I'm almost to